The promise we made for you on More Sports is that we will always have the best, the biggest of our international stars. And today, I have a big fish who just came out of the English Premier League. I have Taiwo Awoniyi, the man who has taken Nottingham Forest out of relegation to remain in the Premier League and to do better things in the next season. You agree with me, Taiwo Awoniyi?
For me, I think I'm happy to be here with you guys today, and it's a great honor and privilege.
When you went to Berlin, you became a top shot, a top Berliner, by scoring the winning goal that took Union Berlin to the Europa League place. They finished 5th in the league, the highest ever finish, and then they moved over to qualify for the Europa League. Let's start from there, how you became a superstar in general.
Well, for me, I think football, like everyone knows, is what everyone loves to do, especially me. I'm just a guy that learned to work hard as much as I can, and I'm a guy that never wants to leave any stone untouched. I want to do the best for myself, for my family, because I know this is the only thing I love doing, and I'm just giving it all my best all the time.
When you moved to England, at a point, it looked as if it was not working out. Was there any point in time it looked like I should not have left Germany?
Well, like I always said, everyone is open to their opinion. But I'm a guy that knows my journey. I'm a guy that knows my plan. My move to England has already been what I've always wanted. Even when I moved to Union Berlin, they knew I'm there for just 2 to 3 years. When I moved to Germany, to say, and with everything that happened in Germany, why not take another challenge? And that is me. And when the opportunity came for where I've dreamed of, I just have to go for it. Everyone will always say maybe it's a good move, maybe it's a bad move. But the truth about football is, we footballers knows much than what the outside world sees, and we've seen enough than what the outside world understand in terms of the contract, the things about football, and that's the truth about life. And that's the truth about football. The move to Nottingham Forest has always been what I wanted, to play in the Premier League, and when it comes, why should I turn it down?
At Nottingham Forest, are you also aware that you also created another record? You became the first player to score 10 plus goals for Nottingham Forest since 1994-1995. There must be something, there must be one grace that is following you everywhere you go.
Well, for me, like I said earlier, it's a great privilege and a great honor. But one thing about me, I'm this guy. I'm not the perfect Christian, I would say, because I have my flaws. But I always know there is someone up there that lifts me. And that has been my philosophy, that has been my goal. If I had not moved to Nottingham Forest, maybe the record would not have been set. And that's the fulfillment for me. So everyone will say maybe it's a wrong move, maybe it's a bad move. But every individual has their way of life, has their way to see things, and it's something I'm happy about.
We were not there. You were the one who was there. Arsenal versus Nottingham Forest. Arsenal needed the victory to further push for the title. Nottingham Forest needed it to escape relegation. And then boom, we started scoring. Describe for us everything that happened before, during, and after the game.
Yeah, the truth about the game against Arsenal is this is why I picked the goal as my most important goals in the season, because prior to that games, I think 4 days I had like a muscle pain, and I have some fluid in my muscle, and I was out for training for some days. But this is just known to me and the coaches and the medical staff. But that's one thing about me. That's why I always said I'm just a guy under the influence of God. And that's why I always protest. That's why I always say to everyone, for me, God is the greatest. Because I could not believe I would be on that pitch that day. And being on that pitch, even if you watch the game, I had like a tape on my thigh. But we know how important the game will be. I know how important it will be for us. If we win, we'll be out of the relegation zone. We'll be free to play the next game. And that was just the mindset we all go into that game with the hope of winning. And at the end, we came out victorious.
What was it like after the game when you got back to Nottingham?
Yeah, for me, I think it was a good scene. Like the atmosphere in the city ground is amazing. Looking at the fans, I think it's just a season of looking at what we've been through. I think from the coaches to the medical staff to every player, I think it's a season to always remember. Looking at the times of the difficulty we've went through and coming out of those difficulty, I think these are things that makes you to become a man. This is what makes you to become a proper footballer. If you can go through all those things in football, I don't think there is other things that you would be scared of as a footballer. If you went through all those difficulties from the beginning of the season towards the end of the season with the injuries and everything, and you still came out being like happy, being celebrated, I think that's what you should be proud of for yourself.
I think you like playing against London teams. You scored against Arsenal, you scored against Chelsea, you scored against Crystal Palace. It seems you should just be playing against London teams every day.
Yeah, for me, I think as a striker, what you want to do every game is to score goals. And of course, there are games you won't score, but every striker wants to score, and that is what I love doing as well.
So I have to thank you for being on the show, for honoring us, and of course our fans out there. What should we expect now going forward from Taiwo Awoniyi?
Well, I think thank you for having me as well. For me, like I always said, I'm just a guy that follows the flow. Right now, the season is over. Now it's the national team, and that's my focus now. And we'll see what happens in the future.
Quickly now, before I let you go, are you staying at Nottingham or you're moving to America?
Like I said, I'm the guy that follows the flow. Only God knows what the future was.
So Taiwo Awoniyi, courtesy of More Sports, thank you very much for honoring us and being on the show. We believe that anytime we call on you, you will always be there for us. Alright, so yeah, we've just unveiled Taiwo Awoniyi.
Thank you very much for the gift.
Thank you very much.